Okay, so now our stream is also kind of ready, and we are going live now.
Oh,
Yeah, with a little bit delay, not usual for us. Like usually we try to keep it in time and everything, but if you would know how many things I managed to settle today, you would probably forgive me as a delay.
yeah.
Yeah, welcoming everyone on the stream. It's actually a community kind of driven call today where we want to brainstorm on some free capabilities, free hosting opportunities, free resources, which developers can use or tech people can use to build solutions or maybe proof of concepts or maybe MVPs, like minimal viable products. And I'm sharing in the stream right now the link which Google Meet link which you can use to join the stream, not the stream, to join the call, sorry, directly, so that if you want to raise your voice, if you want to enter the stage and discuss something, you can do it way better in the Google Meet. But if you just want to passively like watch for the what's going on and learn your stuff, you can also as well stay in the stream. It's up to you. Okay, what we shared already, just to give a quick catch up, we shared this URL. It's also in the description of the event. It's a link to the repository at GitHub, where you will find an overview which has been put together as of now, like as until now. We collected some free resources there, pretty nice overview, but we are going to expand it today even further. And this repository is always will be it's always welcoming any contributions by community members or anyone outside as well. Okay, so maybe we should start sharing the screen. I can do it to have a picture how this repository looks like. Let me share the screen now. So we will share a tab here. Okay, the challenge is to find the right tab in the huge number of other tabs which I have. Oh, that should be this one. Okay. So this is what how this repository looks like. I have a dark mode here enabled. So if you are not using dark mode, it should be a white background for your in your browser. But basically, it's just called free hosting. And here we go. I have to point out there is an amazing website called free-4.dev, which you can see it right here. Oh, I see. This screen is kind of small. Let me zoom in a little bit in the view. To the spotlight like this, and also okay, that should be better now. Okay, so this website, free for developers, basically is highly recommended. Someone in the community, in the Telegram channel, just either today or yesterday shared pretty much the same resource. The guy or the person, I think it's a guy, but the person who is maintaining this website is really doing great job. You see, you can find all sorts of things here. Distributed databases or some DNS services. All of them are free resources here. Infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, search providers. Well, that's a pretty huge collection here. I'm not sure if it's everything is up to date. Probably some stuff are outdating, but as always, But I'm pretty sure the person who maintains it is trying to support it. I think, yeah, and I think this is correct. This is also provided as a repository on GitHub. Let's just in this right top corner you see I forgot the name of this cat, but it's this mascot it has its own name, whatever. It stands for GitHub. Yeah, whatever it is. That sounds correct.
They merged like a cat and an octopus together. It's really crazy.
Okay. I see. And made the name very complicated to pronounce. But yeah, that's once you learn it, you know it. So this is the repository of this website. If you want, you can also contribute there. You can hold back if you want for until October. At Oktoberfest, you will be even granted some cool points, which will turn out in a free T-shirt. But it will only take place in October, so yeah. It could be just one idea for the contributions. If this is, no, actually from the tags, it doesn't have any tags for the repository, so it's not, it will probably not take part in the Oktoberfest. But you know what? If you want to participate at Oktoberfest, oh, not Oktoberfest, Oktoberfest, sorry. You can absolutely, and look among the hashtags and you will find a Oktoberfest hashtag, what means that this repository is taking part in the Oktoberfest. And if you don't know what Oktoberfest is, wait until end of September, beginning of October. We will have a separate session on this whole event, and we will clarify all your questions and tell you what are the rules to take part. But it's a very cool event which goes throughout the whole October each year, actually. Okay, Lucas. So what's the plan? Do we have
Julian just said that he found everything we also had on this website, Free4Dev, and I mean, maybe we should focus like on what I did some time ago. I made a really detailed list of Jamstack hosting options like Netlify, DigitalOcean apps, and all of that stuff. Maybe we should focus on that to make a much more detailed overview than just listing a link. And I don't know if you agree with me, but I would find it really helpful to focus on one subject, like maybe Jamstack hosting, and not that many categories.
Yeah, why not? I mean, we are all up for the Jamstack, and we are exploring the Jamstack, so we can have some detailed overview within this repository. But you can actually see the static pages part is kind of hinting in the direction of Jamstack, right? Because Jamstack is based. Oh, I got what you mean now. Probably you mean like whatever you need, whatever resources you need for the Jamstack, it's not only static pages hosting, it's also free APIs, which can be utilized within Jamstack projects. Yeah. And maybe something else, I don't know. Yeah, we could have a separate, almost like a separate repository, free Jamstack goodies, something like this.
Yeah, because I started something like this where I really wanted to compare it in depth, because on the Free4Dev website you only get a link, but what really matters to me, for example, is how many build minutes, concurrent builds, outbound traffic, and what are the pricing steps. And I started like this list where I just pasted everything for Cloudflare and not for the other providers. And I would really like to see a more in-depth version of that one to that you can really compare these things into depth. And I had like an idea that we could maybe do this in breakout rooms in this meeting, and we can form smaller groups that focus on one provider. That we have like a group for Vercel, one for GitHub Pages and GitLab, one for DigitalOcean, so that we share the work of filling out this table.
With breakout rooms, I don't know. I'm a little bit afraid that it can become messy really quickly, because you have to sync this breakout room somehow, or like, I don't know, give them some time, like 10 minutes slot or 20 minutes slot, and then sync among each other. We could have, like, if someone in the call would like to concentrate, for example, on Netlify and provide these details, and they can go and dig for this information and then supply it either directly to the GitHub repository or into the chat, which will be by us transferred to the GitHub repository, something like this. I don't know, like, if we can do it without breakout rooms, right? I guess, then maybe it will be more fun. I don't know, or even it will be more messy. I have no idea.
I don't know.
Let's try without, just in one call, and see if it gets really horrible. We can try to.
Yes, Meet has breakout rooms, and because I'm using like my organizational account of my company, so that's why we can use this feature.
Lucas is a rich guy, because usually they're very scarce about the Google Meet features. I mean,
yeah,
in the base tier, you don't have capability to do recording, even what is a kind of nonsense. But
I mean, yeah. I really like this Google Workspace thing, and I think they are improving it a lot, and I'm kind of hooked on this platform right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's all in all, I don't know, in my opinion, it's better than Office 365, but corporate customers are more frequently using Office Suite.
I was never a Microsoft guy, so I don't really have a comparison here, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, by the way, if anyone has any ideas, what are the alternatives whenever you create or run either organization or a small startup, what would be your fabric or your Office Suite which you would use? Because we all know G Suite, which now is being renamed to names Workspace, sorry. Yeah, and Microsoft Office 365, which was renamed to Microsoft 365, I guess, pretty recently. So yeah, if there are any other alternatives, I'm pretty sure there are like smaller players on the market. Like
there is one called Notion, but they just offer like an experience with docs and tasks and calendars in one, without like the meeting capabilities and.
I also heard about Notion. People who are using it are pretty amazed by it, but I tried it out and couldn't figure. It didn't blow my mind. Maybe I just didn't understand how it works.
Yeah, I recommended it to a student a longer time ago, and he really wrote like hundreds of pages and docs in Notion since that, and he's really really living it.
Okay, great. So what's the next step?
I mean, should we like vote if you want to? I mean, we can also do polls. Should we vote?
We can do polls. Wow.
Yeah, That's really great. Start a poll. Should we split up into groups to research the details for every cloud provider? It up into breakout rooms or do it together?
Okay, let's
Think
see
you
how the
can
poll looks
vote
like.
now. Can you see the poll somewhere? I don't know.
I don't see it anywhere. Maybe it's only for paid customers like you. I don't know. But let me see. There is a yeah. So basically, you have to go, if you're on a desktop, you have to go to Activities tab or section. It's an icon of triangle, square, and a circle in the right bottom corner if you are using the desktop. And there you will see the polls section.
I hate it. I can't participate in this poll.
You see. But we will count one more voice, like for breakout rooms.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we have 2 against 0. Okay, so basically
4 against 0. Oh no.
Oh yeah, Lucas, you're losing
My
really
idea
badly.
is crushed.
Let me just share the screen, maybe.
Yeah.
Of the poll, so that everyone will be able to see it. Oh, maybe. Yeah, I think my screen is not yet shared. At least.
Can I share a
At
screenshot
least
too?
It's not visible. Let me see. I can do it like this. Okay, so everyone can see the poll now.
Okay, everyone who hasn't voted yet,
so we have 4 votes against 0, but technically it means against 1 because you Lucas is for. So yeah, I guess we will go with the one joint call, right?
Yeah. But please make this more of a discussion instead of us two hosting it. So everyone who wants to say something, please do. Okay. Okay. But maybe for the beginning, before we dive deep into every single provider we have here, let's just summarize and see if we have forgot some providers that provide Jamstack hosting. And let's make this list complete before we start with filling it out.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
What do you think? Maybe just copy your table from your local repository to ours.
Yeah. Yeah. I will do that.
And if you can, could you please increase your font size?
Yeah. Give me just a second. Do like, I will paste it in there. Let's compare it first. Okay. Cloudflare pages. I don't know layer0.co. What is that one?
We can explore it.
Yeah, it really looks like a solution.
Yeah. So basically, you have got in your table GitHub pages. If I think the correct form is to have H like in uppercase for in GitHub.
I think.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
we can double check it.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay, it doesn't matter, like tiny stuff.
okay. Let's read it maybe out loud. We have Cloudflare Pages, Vercel, GitHub Pages, GitLab, Bitbucket, DigitalOcean, Netlify, Render, Search, AWS with, that's a little bit more complicated because we have a service called S3, which we can use to store the data and somehow do the hosting with a CDN option and also with Google Cloud Storage bundled together with their CDN, I guess. And I'm not really sure about Azure, Microsoft Azure, but there should be also a static hosting option, but I haven't discovered it yet or used it yet.
The question is if it's available, if they have any free tier for it.
Yeah. Or
Is
I think
AWS
it doesn't have to be like free. It would be also interesting how it scales, like if you, what the pricing model in general is, instead of just putting free hosting options here. I mean, sometimes it's better to have something that starts at with a price and doesn't have a free tier, but then gets cheaper when it scales. Can also be a thing. Yeah. Okay. We have search. Yeah.
Yeah, but then we have to stay in the scope of the concept of this repository. Otherwise, we can just have a Jamstack resources repository, where we list static page hostings, doesn't matter free or non-free, and other like API services, also all of them, not free and non-free, just all of them, which are like the most popular ones. But the name of this repository is a free hosting. So if you want to do it within this repository, I guess it would make sense to consider free tiers only, and also write down all their limitations so that we have a nice overview. And looking at this stuff as this table, we can decide, okay, this time for this project, I will go with this provider because it fits my limitations. Or like my project is fitting this kind of boundaries.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to remind that if you just put there also paid services, like which are paid upfront, like from the very beginning, it would defy or it would go against the concept of the repository.
Yeah, I mean that's true. Should we then start a new repository or?
No, I mean, I don't know. If we can go and list at least the free ones, and maybe on the next stage in a different one, or you know what, you can make a remark like a subsection for non-free services and list them separately, but additionally to the free ones.
Or maybe we can like add a badge, like not free or something like that.
Yeah, something like this. It's a challenge here with a markdown table. It's easy to lose track which column you are inserting in.
Really a pain in the ass.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's okay.
Yeah, I guess we will work it out.
Just pasting the websites so everyone can research for themselves what the conditions are and how the pricing model works here. Yeah.
So I think it would be also important to know the name of the plan or plans which are free. So if we can have a separate column for this.
Yeah, let me just finish this quickly.
Yeah.
And maybe you could like discuss with the other people here if we lack some some columns in this table because we have name, build minutes, concurrent builds, outbound transfer or traffic, source provider that are supported, I guess.
What is? Oh yeah, source provider. You
because mostly
where? Yeah.
you connect Netlify or any other service. You have a source repository for your app, which will be used for the deployment.
Okay, but does it also work with the Firebase hosting and with S3? I don't think so, right?
Yeah, but then we should rename this maybe a source provider / source for, I don't know.
No, I mean, source provider is
Deployment.
okay, but in case of S3, yeah, in case of S3, it should be like a dash, nothing, or you should put it there like oven or whatever, like that. It doesn't.
I mean, that's kind of related. Either it's a source provider, source code provider, like GitHub, GitLab, Bitbucket, or it's through a FTP server, or it's a like with a CLI tool or something similar, or with an API. So those are the options, kind of.
Okay, here's a task for anyone like ambitious in the call. If you can go and figure out what are the limitations of GitHub pages, in a sense.
No, let's first look at let's look at the columns if we have everything here. Yeah.
So we have a name of the service, I guess, right? Okay,
yeah.
that's clear.
Is there anything that we are missing here for this?
I mean, name is, we should have name, right? It will be GitHub pages or Cloudflare pages as AWS S3. The second column would be, you call it build minutes. It sometimes applies, sometimes it doesn't have any relation to some of the providers because they don't have build minutes or they don't count build minutes, whatever. Like think of S3, that there is no such thing as build minutes, right?
Yeah.
Or am I wrong?
No, there isn't, but
yeah. So
it's also the difficulty of it because
it's absolutely difficult. Yeah, you have to like put common denominators here, like measurements across different providers, which are sometimes like different beasts, different kinds of beasts. So the second one, I would say, why wouldn't we put their tariff or plan? Like plan. What's the plan? Basically, you go to, let me give you an example. You go to Vercel. You have a Vercel here, right? So what's the plan there? You can get lost, Vercel have some offerings, several.
Okay, then maybe let's just do this like service name, then pricing name.
Like I would call it plan.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we have to.
Yeah, we have to add a pipe sign to it everywhere. Sorry for that.
Yeah, but
don't
it's my job today. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What other important like metric which we would like to have on a third place? In my mind, it's a storage capacity.
Yeah, we didn't have that either. Maybe that build minutes, concurrent builds, outbound transfer, and maybe then storage. Like this.
I would even go with like, I mean, it's a detail and we can keep it there. But for me, in my mind, it's the third most important aspect from like other than service name and plan. So I would suggest to have it on third place, but I know it's a mess. It's a pain in the ass, so we can keep it wherever it is.
I mean, I think Netlify doesn't even.
This call.
I mean, many of the services, and I think, don't even have a limit on that or not?
That would be super interesting because
Or
I
are
would,
many are somehow limited by the repository sizes of GitHub. So
what
that's,
what is the repository size of GitHub? Like, what is the limitation there? Is
I
it
think there
is it
it
disclosed at all?
depends on, yeah, maybe we could research that. I think it's 1 gigabyte for like private repositories if you're not paying or something like that.
And there are file size limitations as well, which we have to point out in this table, I guess.
Yeah. But I mean, maybe that's also a little bit too much because
No,
you can,
why? Why is it too much?
because
Because
you can have like, you can have GitHub large file storage, or how it's called, LFS, which then makes this like, okay, I somehow
you messed the structure, but this is what I would expect.
oh no. I hate it.
Yeah, that was such a beautiful table before.
Oh, it could take like months to.
The
Oh,
problem
I
is,
know what the
yeah,
problem is.
that was what I wanted to say. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it worked really fast. Okay. Okay, this somehow looks really bad. I didn't like really find.
No, you know what, Lucas? You can spare the icons if you want. I mean,
Yeah, or maybe like we could split it up that some people research those and just paste them in the chat or something. So if someone is willing to research some icons, because it makes it look much nicer. Okay. See. What I find really interesting is that GitLab nor Bitbucket really advertise their hosting options.
How is it? I don't know anything about it. So Bitbucket is a third most popular source code versioning system, Git source code versioning system. And what they do, what did they advertise? Can you elaborate a little bit on that?
They don't advertise it at all on their website. It's, you have to find it in their support section, like somewhere as a support article. Like you have support.atlassian.com/bitbucketcloud/docs/publishing a website on Bitbucket Cloud. That's how they advertise it.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, not like GitHub, which has pages.github.com. Yeah.
I see. So anyone willing to take one provider and figure out these important aspects and limitations and features of the provider, and which aspects are listed actually in the header of the table. That would be really great, and will be also maybe nice for you to get to know a new hosting provider. Oh yeah, Julian is always up for work. Great, thanks, Julian. What would you pick, Julian? Which one, which provider appeals to you more? Okay, you don't care, then you know what? The most exciting one and the most popular one is actually GitHub Pages. And Julian, I think, mentioned that GitHub is written with a capital H. And if you want, Lucas, you
Okay,
can.
I will change that. Is GitLab also written like that?
I think so.
Yeah. It's written like that. Okay.
Yeah. And you can also write GitLab Pages because it's not GitLab in general. GitLab.
Yeah, they are calling it GitLab Pages. Yeah.
Yeah, they just copycatting.
Bitbucket and don't know how they call it. DigitalOcean calls it app platform. Netlify.
And DigitalOcean
Netlify.
is basic. Is, by the way, O is capital there as well.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, you like the order, right? So we added to it.
No, they are not spelled like that. Yeah. Please don't tell me you write a B in Firebase also with a capital letter.
No, Firebase, I think, is
Okay.
is what's the name of the case? I forgot. Doesn't matter. Yeah, but B in Firebase, I think, is lower letter.
Yeah.
So for AWS, that's what you pointed out. There is a S3 is a static page hosting or object storage. What is about Amplify, AWS Amplify? Is it also something comparable? Are you familiar with this, or anyone in the call?
Amplify is like their equivalent of Firebase. It's like some services bundled together for like mobile app development where you want to quickly build a product, and you have the DynamoDB, which is like comparable to Firebase Cloud Firestore, their document database, and then there are also features like user authentication and many more. I don't have everything in mind, but it's kind of their equivalent, or yeah, what they have built to compete with Firebase. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So
Like,
is Amplify is hosting in itself? Does it?
I don't know if they have an hosting option. Let's look into it.
Okay. So basically, we can add their AWS S3 for sure. We can expand your AWS entry into AWS S3.
Yeah.
This is also what you meant with your link URL.
I think we can also add AWS Amplify because they have managed hosting, faster, easier static web hosting with continuous deployment using AWS Amplify console. That is really a perfect fit for our list.
It sounds like it's even connected to your source code repository.
Yeah.
Because S3 is probably not. Maybe there is an option.
No, S3 and GCP cloud storage are a little bit more difficult. Are they calling it exactly? Hosting, yeah. Okay. Let's see.
Mm-hmm. What is this search? I spotted it somewhere recently and added actually to the list, but it looks really interesting.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Firebase hosting.
Render is also kind of interesting provider there.
Yeah.
I haven't ever used it.
Is anyone experienced with Azure?
Yeah.
Yeah, I will do a commit. Sure. But
Julian just needs a list of the metrics. So basically, if you can, you can, or Julian, you can actually go to the repository, straight to the repository, and
Azure,
and see for yourself, like what are the names of the.
anyone experienced in Azure?
We should have like plenty of people here.
Yeah.
Who at least completed like a few certifications with Azure.
Anyone who knows the hosting options instead of me like researching for half an hour here? Does anyone know the hosting options?
Azure service for object storage. I knew it, but I forgot for some reason.
They have
It could be
like,
blob storage.
yeah, let's see, media. Content delivery network, because it's also difficult if you use S3 or Google Cloud Storage, you have to couple them with a content delivery network to make them actually work, I think.
Lucas, I'm pretty certain it's a blob storage.
Yeah.
Azure blob storage.
Azure object storage, yeah. It should be
Is it
that.
object? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, then let me just do that. That out. Azure blob storage. Yeah. But the pricing for those can be quite difficult, I think, for S3, cloud storage, and blob storage, because those huge cloud providers are not as transparent as the dedicated Jamstack hosters.
Yeah, they have like different pricings for different regions, I guess.
And also you would have to like manually like sum up the pricing from their content delivery and also their block storage or object storage. So yeah, it's not as simple because you have to use multiple services there instead of just one with Netlify, for example.
Yeah. I mean, let's not go crazy about it. If it's complicated, then let's just mention something and just go explore other services.
Yeah. What is Julian doing right now?
Julian is about he's digging the GitHub pages.
Ah, nice. Should we then maybe do Vercel together, because it's also a service I don't know very much, and
Yeah,
be really
we can do.
interesting.
Julian has a question actually. Build minutes for GitHub pages is the same that GitHub Actions minutes, right?
Yeah.
I don't think so. Or is it?
I think so, and it should be. It really should
Okay.
be. And Julian, you could maybe also mention that it's GitHub Action minutes, like in the field, so we have a little bit more context there.
Yeah, we can. I don't know
Great.
if Julian is able to commit now, or it will be a submission of pull request. Maybe we can take this information from him to make the work easier for him and add it directly, because we both have direct access to the repository, and everyone else have to submit a pull request.
Okay, let's see what.
Can you put like remarks? Can you put like integrated remarks into Markdown?
I don't
so
know.
that they are not visible from the first sight, but once you go with the mouse on this number or whatever text, there will be like kind of pop-up or beep showed to you.
I'm not sure.
Okay, I'm not
I
sure.
don't know it myself. So
okay, let's leave it for now.
I think there is some kind of option to make something like expandable.
Okay.
I will just research it. Markdown expandable section. Yeah, nice. Collapsible section here. We have Okay. We have to basically put an HTML tag in there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Or is there another way to do this? Let's see here. There is a gist where they are showing this. That would be really great, actually, to have something like this. Let's see how they did it. Okay, it's really the HTML tag. Yeah. I will just post it maybe. Like details and something.
So again, the name of the service, Azure service, which is comparable to S3, is called officially, and it was a little bit tricky to figure out, Azure Blob. It's not even Blob Storage; it's Azure Blob.
Yeah,
it's
like
the name of the
those-
service actually, and
Aren't
they
there
always,
like a,
yeah, and they always put the word storage behind it, but the name of the service is actually Azure Blob. Maybe we can fix it already in the table.
I have.
Oh, you did it. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Isn't there like a species of fish that are called blob? Like a
That's
very
interesting.
ugly one. Yeah, blobfish.
Oh, it's an ugly one, right? Okay,
Yeah.
let me. Can you share the picture so that we know? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Great.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Should we start with Vercel?
Yeah, let's go for Vercel. I think I have like a couple of remarks, like very tiny ones in my version, like which existed before. Let's see, Vercel. At least I know I have the name of the plan. It's called Hobby Plan.
Yeah. Okay.
And I have, yeah, the URL which you also have.
Okay.
So we can put the name of the plan.
Okay. I will do
Hobby.
that. It's
Yeah,
called
just
Hobby.
in double quotes. Yeah.
Yeah. Then deploy from, I would just add that.
GitHub, GitLab, and Bitbucket.
And also a CLI, which is quite nice. Let me see. Source provider, GitHub, GitLab, Bitbucket, and CLI.
How is a CLI as a host provider? I don't get it. Can you please explain?
Difficult. Aren't they like showing it on the first site here somewhere? It's just you. That's basically how you do it. Or no, they are showing a. Maybe there is an example of their CLI. Look it up. Yeah. Command line. Yeah, it's basically a very small npm tool.
For me, CLI is a feature, but it doesn't really replace a source of your data.
Yeah, but sometimes you don't want to make this like you don't want a continuous deployment, but just want to once upload it and
on occasion, yeah, like what you decided to push the content, you did it. Oh, okay. Yeah. What it means, you can spin up this CLI on your desktop,
yeah,
and push the content actually to this provider,
yeah,
and they will use it to serve this content as a hosting provider. So it means the input will be either from one of the repositories located at these 3 repository providers, or your own desktop or whatever.
Yeah, if you have your repository locally and you want to just do this. And I mean, most of the providers have something like that. Google Cloud has this G-Cloud tool, which is a CLI tool where you can like deploy and manage lots of stuff from your computer. Or there is Firebase, also has a CLI, which is the main way to deploy like Firebase hosting, and there are lots of other tools, but I'm not aware of them at the moment. Yeah.
Okay, so we can include CLI also kind of as a source.
What also is interesting is that you have unlimited websites.
Crazy.
Unlimited, which is really great.
Maybe you can put like this eternity sign, you know, laying 8.
Number of sites. Yeah, at the moment, let's just like put unlimited here, and that if we want to.
You have a column for sites, or number of sites.
I mean, maybe we should rearrange it later on, but
yeah. Maybe number of projects.
I mean, that's yeah. I mean, sites means really that you can individually host them. So that's.
I think most of them are using the term site. What else could you find for Vercel?
The next important thing would be build minutes, but I can't find it here. And concurrent builds, like everything about that would be really interesting. And then, yeah. Can anybody else find something about Vercel, about the build minutes, concurrent builds, and
there is like I think I have found something, and I will share it with you. There is a landing page for limits on Vercel. I'm sharing it with you in the chat right now.
Platform limits, okay. Deployments created per day, that's another metric we didn't cover yet. Build time per deployment, okay, minutes. That's completely different than with the others. They were completely different pricing model. I mean, that's like 100 times 45 times, so let's say 30. That means you can technically have can it be true that you have 135 build minutes per month? Sounds a lot. It sounds really a lot.
No idea. But there are some limitations with Vercel. If you are sharing the limitations page, right? If you go a little bit higher there, you know, just scroll up a little bit. Yeah. So you will see, for example, what is it?
I mean, you have 100 deployments per day, and the build time per deployment is 45 minutes. So you have to multiply that and then times the day in a month. And so, or
what they mean, they will probably will shut down the deployment if it goes beyond 45 minutes.
Yeah, but like you can do 100 deployments per day. So basically what
I
you
mean,
can have
yeah.
is 135 minutes deployment minutes, like build minutes per month. If I
At first, it's very cool that you can update your resource, your web project 100 times per day, and it's included in the hobby plan, which is free. But on the other side, this whole like deployment minutes and build minutes, blah blah, it's all kind of artificial metric,
yeah,
just to make the businesses charge the users for,
yeah,
according to some metric,
maybe we should like
It's so stupid. If you just update your website, you have no idea how many seconds or minutes it will take.
yeah, but they somehow have to do this, and
Yeah,
maybe it looks to me like these are the actual numbers, because you have here the bandwidth, which is 100 gigabytes. You can already like fill out that outbound
month.
transfer, which we can say is 100 gigabytes GB. Storage, I don't know. Then maybe like concurrent builds is also a metric we maybe don't have here. Do we have here something like that? I don't know. Can you find out anything about?
I couldn't find anything about concurrent jobs.
Yeah, but yeah, it's kind of like much more complicated to understand it. Yeah.
Okay, there is something about concurrency for the serverless functions, and you can see it on the very same page of limits somewhere below.
Concurrent serverless function concurrency. Okay, concurrent build updates per 10 minutes.
Yeah.
It's also very.
What is 10? Limit is 10. And then what is 600? It is duration of seconds. Okay.
It's really difficult to figure out their pricing.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's definitely not for crazy heavy projects, but for normal usual projects, it would be kind of fine, I guess, right?
Yeah, can we then say it's like 10 concurrent builds per 10 minutes?
I have no idea. Yeah, I mean,
we also could like put in a very huge question mark.
Let's maybe not go into I mean, it's an important aspect, of course. Yeah, would be nice to figure out what is this, what are the actual numbers, but maybe we can start with these numbers. Like 10 concurrent builds are allowed, and let's drop this 600 seconds. I mean, this is again with Vercel, it's more like they accept common sense lengths, and they have some limitations for the processes to shut down. Then it's more like they treat it as a serverless functions, more or less what we know from the Lambda world. It's supposed that your code will execute timely and finish the process. But if it will go and take resources like for minutes and minutes and minutes, and the system will shut it down. So it's a kind of common sense or like fair usage approach here.
Yeah, really difficult to figure everything out with Vercel. Maybe let's just see what else we have here. We now have like.
In the meantime, we have input from Julian, I see.
Yeah.
in the chat. Build minutes
Storage.
2000.
Yeah. But let's finish Vercel and then we have
Okay.
that. And
Yeah, we will shift to Julian's input then.
yeah. I think the next step here would be the Pro, because that's the next pricing step per month would be like the Pro.
Yeah.
Then
Well, you went really advanced here with this column. It's even beyond what is asked here. But you are already looking into the future. Like once your project expands, what would be the next kind of pricing model which you have to shift into? What makes sense, absolutely, because you are looking from a perspective of a developer, who is building up the new projects and want to scale them up or scale them out later on once they grow. Yeah, makes sense.
$20.
$20, yeah.
Plan. I'm not sure. I don't want to read like what is included in this Pro plan with Vercel, because
let's just maybe leave it for now there, you know.
Yeah, it's so difficult. Yeah. Okay, should we like say I mean, minutes would be like 6,000 if we would calculate it like this, because it's 100 hours, which would translate to that, which would be quite a lot.
Okay, are we done with Vercel, or is there something missing as well?
The logo.
No, let's just, that's nice stuff, you know, but these are not very. I'm afraid it will explode our design with bigger logos. What do you think?
Yeah, but I have. Okay.
And you know what? I have an optimization idea. I don't know if it's a good or bad. You decide. We could use URLs as a under, like it's a, we could create service name as an active link with a URL under it. It is each provider, you know, and this way we can kill one column at the end.
Or we could like wrap this into.
Oh, like just a word.
To do this because. But yeah, it's lots of work.
Yeah, okay, let's leave it for later. Like you can leave it as it is right now.
Like a micro optimization, not that important. Yeah, but we still, let's just also quickly go to Cloudflare pages. We have some just to complete this, and then we will.
What's the storage actually? Does Vercel have any storage limitation?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm not sure. Can you try to research it?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't explicitly say anything about it, and the limitation will be probably on your repository.
Okay. Yeah. What else did we have here? Can't build. Okay. Let me just paste in this for Cloudflare pages. Then what else is missing here? Storage, which should be like unlimited.
With the Cloudflare, you mean, right?
And also Vercel. If we don't know otherwise, let's say it's unlimited.
Unlimited question mark, I would say, until we confirm it 100%.
maybe I will put like a small info note here. Storage is influenced by the size limits of your source providers as well. Like that, maybe?
Yeah.
Like this. Okay. Something like that. Okay. Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
It's okay. Now GitHub pages. And
GitHub pages. We have a
thanks
lot
for
of
the work, Julian.
Yes, Julian is great. Did a lot of research, and we have all the information here.
Yeah.
Storage 1 GB.
Yeah. But let's make it in that.
Yeah, the plan there was a remark in my notes before. If you will see it there.
Or Julian, do you know anything about that?
So GitHub pages is available, and it's a limitation we have to mention. It's only available to open repositories as a free service.
Sorry?
GitHub pages are only available to open repositories.
Yeah.
As for free.
Yeah. Maybe let's mention that in number of sites, or where should we mention it? I don't know. Should be like
you can create as many open repositories as you want, I guess, and all of them can be or can serve as GitHub pages. So there is no limitation actually, but there is a restriction that only open repositories can act for free. I mean, if you are paying customer, you can also use private repositories as well to turn them into GitHub pages.
Yeah. Okay, what's the next thing we have to fill out? Outbound transfer.
100 GB soft limit.
Okay, interesting. Yeah. Okay. I'm not really sure what soft limit means in that context.
Well, I mean, probably if you will have 105 GB outbound transfer in a month, they will still allow it probably.
Okay, what's the next thing we have to fill out here? It's storage, which is 1 GB per, Maybe we should like mention per page and get the storages per page, but I mean, yeah.
No, storage we have 100 GB, right? No.
No, this was outbound transfer.
Sorry.
And storage is
1 GB actually.
Yeah.
And Julian, if you could find a limitation on a single file, if I am not wrong completely, I think they also limit the size of a file which can be put it there. And I don't know exact number in my mind. That's an important limitation.
Yeah. Number of files. I will just say unlimited, and then we have this $4 pro plan. Someone quickly research what are the GitHub pricings called /plans. Okay.
Do we have all data on GitHub now?
Yeah, I haven't committed it now, but I want to research like the billing plans, what they are called on GitHub.
Oh,
Okay, it's just GitHub Pro. What is the next pricing plan? I actually have that, I think.
oh, okay.
GitHub Pro, yeah. I pay for too many services, actually. GitHub Pro, okay. Yeah. Let's see if it looks good here. Maybe we'll call it also free, the plan.
No, well, they don't really have they don't
Yeah,
have
but-
any name for that, right?
Yeah, but it's not named for the.
That's
for
why I would put this Vercel, I would put the hobby in the quotes because it's actual name of the plan.
But I'm currently here on this pricing page from GitHub,
Mhm.
and they have like share this tab instead. They are calling it GitHub Pro and GitHub Free. So let's call it then like that.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah. What else?
Hey, Lucas, maybe you can look it up. I don't know. What is the file size limitation with GitHub pages? Or I think they even have like a repository on each repository. They limit the. There
I
is the
think it
general.
really doesn't matter that much because you have GitHub large file storage.
Okay.
So if it basically depends more on Git as a tool. If you want to, I think they have a limit of 50 megabytes per file, and if you're using GitHub large file storage, if you have activated that, then I don't know, the limit is like 1 gigabyte or something, or until you maybe reach the repository quota. I don't know. Yeah,
Could
I
be.
guess something like that. Yeah.
Okay. That's fine. Okay, what's the next service we are going to look into?
But maybe we could like read out loud what Julian wrote about like the site limits
Sure.
of GitHub of like for traffic, for outbound traffic. If your site exceeds these usage quotas, we may not be able to serve your site, or you may receive a polite email from GitHub support or GitHub Premium support suggesting strategies for reducing your site's impact on our servers, including putting a third-party content distribution network in front of your site, making use of other GitHub features such as releases, or moving to a different hosting service that might better fit your needs. Yeah. Quite interesting that they have here. Yeah, and they also don't want to host commercial sites. Maybe also important, Julian wrote, prohibited uses of GitHub Pages. GitHub Pages is not intended for or allowed to be used as a free web hosting service to run your online business, e-commerce site, or any other website that is primarily directed at either facilitating commercial transactions or providing commercial software as a service. It's also really important. Yeah.
Yeah, but then how they're going to control it and block this
Yeah,
kind of. So yeah, take it just with a grain of salt. So or like
they are kind of in both those things, the site, the traffic of the site, and also like what site you put on GitHub pages. They're kind of dependent on the goodwill of their customers.
mm,
They don't really enforce it, do they?
yeah, I would say just keep it in mind when choosing the projects. I guess there are plenty of projects which are more like a collaborative or community stuff or whatever discussion places. But there are some where you would have a online shop or e-commerce site. Maybe in this regard, it's not the best place to host it. But I mean, generally, GitHub pages. The more I use it, the more I discover its limitations. Like, for example, with the native redirects, what's a kind of big thing, it doesn't support them, and I don't know why. I mean, they could support them. It's a pretty frequent requirement. I don't know if they even in the non-free tier, like in the paid tiers, I guess they also don't support. Okay, so should we move to the next one?
Yeah, which would be GitLab pages. Anyone who wants to contribute here? Help us a little, maybe. Okay, let's open this. GitLab pages. Let's see.
If you can share this other tab, would be great.
Yeah, but let's fill out the obvious first.
Yeah.
Which would be like, first of all, okay, we have GitLab pages. Number of sites, I guess also unlimited, but we can tick source provider, which is just GitLab, I think.
By the way, we didn't mention, I don't know if it was intentional or that GitHub pages only available to open repositories.
Yeah. We can.
Maybe in the plan.
Free for.
In the quotes, like open repos only.
Maybe free for open source.
No, it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be open
Public
source.
is the correct word for it.
It shouldn't be open source. It should be just open repository. Not every open repository is an open source project.
I mean, it's public. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I will put it in brackets because free is actually the name of the plan. No. Or let's put it maybe here, number of sites, limited for public repositories only. Okay. Maybe let's continue with GitLab pages. Sure. Okay. What are like the pricing plans? GitLab.com. Used it in a while.
I haven't used it either. I have an account there, but no need to shift from GitHub actually. Well, but maybe there are some advantages which we are not aware of, and then we should shift.
Yeah.
Let's explore them here.
But what like got me hooked on GitHub was just the developer experience and UX in general. It's super nice.
And GitLab can be self-hosted as well. That's a huge
that's the
advantage.
thing. Okay, free is the option.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have premium, which is $19 per month. We have 400 CI/CD build minutes. Let me now fill out everything here. 400. I guess they are also counting it as, yeah. Okay. See, maybe also. Oh, I have to admit people like all the time. So next pricing step would be $19. They are calling it premium. And it has 10,000, 10K build minutes. It's really great. Yeah. Okay. Share this tab instead. Yeah, we have it here. Okay. What else can we answer quickly? Concurrent builds. I don't know that one. And I don't know what are the other limits to GitLab pages. Let's see. Here we don't know concurrent builds. Outbound transfer storage, which maybe is coupled also to the, or bound to the size of a repository. And then number of sites should be like also unlimited. Unlimited. Okay. Can you help me here somewhere with like concurrent builds and outbound transfer and storage?
Yeah, let's look it up. GitLab. Okay. That's well hidden somewhere.
I really want to put the logos in here. I don't know why. Makes it much more lively.
Then do it if you want. No, nothing about concurrency, actually.
Maybe it's somewhere in there. I mean, we should be able to find something.
See what Julian has posted into the chat. So they were pretty much like relaxed about these limitations. It's more like a common sense. If you're doing crazy stuff, like crazy number of concurrent builds and so on, then they will let you know that you are doing something wrong, probably. But the storage
Probably.
limitation, yeah, storage limitation seem to be 10 gigabytes, as Julian writes, and also transfer bandwidth is also probably 100 gigabyte.
Probably, or
Mm,
okay. Concurrent builds,
okay.
unlimited, or what was it? Or that was the metric we didn't find yet. And outbound transfer was 100 gigabytes and storage was 10 gigabytes. Is that right?
Yeah, I think if it's not, Julian will update us on that.
Mm. And what is not?
100 gigabyte. Julian, what is 100 gigabyte? He's just writing right now.
Yeah.
Oh, 100 gigabyte is wrong.
Okay.
It's unlimited. Wow. These are your reasons to switch to GitLab pages.
Yeah. What I also really found
Yeah,
interesting.
the only limitation is 10 gigabyte for the repository size.
Okay. Then was build minutes right or was it also wrong?
Build minutes are not limited.
Not, but
A number of builds is not limited, as in this sentence here.
okay, number of builds, concurrent builds basically is not unlimited.
I don't think there is anything about concurrent builds.
But then it should be like 400 build minutes at all. That's the thing. Because that's then also the only thing that is left to like set a pricing or to for them to charge the users.
It looks like they are very relaxed about the whole thing. But what we have to keep in mind is the 10 gigabyte of repository limit, repository size, I guess. And 400 build minutes. Where did you get it? 400.
It's your basically what they say for the CI.
Okay. But then there's a sentence here. There's not a set number of maximum builds per hour. Okay, yeah. It's per hour. Per hour.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, well, but it's also nice that it doesn't have any outbound transfer boundaries, and also storage size is 10 times bigger than GitHub pages. Maybe even they support like native redirects. Who knows?
Just copy in here this.
We could also have, yeah, we could also have a separate column for native redirects support or something like this. I don't know if there are any other like important use cases which could be considered for static pages, but native redirections are really nice if they are supported.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. It's great. You should like find that out for everything then, instead of just doing it for just okay, I will then.
It would be amazing to have like on each hosting provider to have a separate like project going on, trimmed for the capacity or like limitations of this hosting provider. Just would be a nice way to get to know them really nicely.
Yeah.
How they work and so on.
But what also looks very interesting to me is Cloudflare, which
It's a new guy on the block, right?
yeah, pretty much.
They have entered this market like 3 months ago or so.
Something like that, yes. Oh, I'm not really interested in Bitbucket because the ones after that are much more interesting. These are like the
Then move
most
them
interesting
somewhere.
ones ever.
Yeah.
DigitalOcean apps and Amplifier and research.
But the order is more or less correct. Like whenever you will see the Git repository providers, these are like GitHub, GitLab, and then Bitbucket
Yeah.
in this specific order.
I mean, we can easily rearrange it.
Netlify is a big thing, you know, and it's listed somewhere behind.
Maybe we should do that. We should rearrange it later because maybe in a kind of an order like first the Git providers, or let's just do that now if you want. Let's start with
Netlify should be somewhere close to Vercel, even before Vercel, maybe.
yeah, maybe like that, and then we put Vercel in here. Then Cloudflare pages maybe. Then we put the Git providers. Then, I think we should put them at the end maybe, and first.
So with Netlify, the name of the plan is called Starter.
Put the normal types of providers. Is this better now?
Yeah, more structured.
Yeah. Okay, then the next one then also is DigitalOcean apps, which is interesting.
Didn't want to cover Vercel first. No, sorry, Netlify.
Okay, then we do Netlify, yeah. It is also one of the most important ones, so that's good. Let's start with that, and it should be an easy one. Okay, name. Name is just starter, and I will like next step, which is pro. It's $19. $19 pro. In the metrics here, it's okay. Concurrent builds 3. And what else do we have here? We have 1000 build minutes, which is not a lot. Maybe I should reconsider this. Okay, then let's start from the beginning. The service name is Netlify, plan is starter, build minutes are 300. And we have concurrent builds, which is just 1. And we have outbound transfer, which is 100 gigabytes. Storage.
storage was.
I think also if they don't like mention it here, it should be like unlimited, but like.
Yeah, just depending on the repository storage, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, what is the next thing after that? Source provider / deployment. Can deploy from where? Okay, GitHub for sure. Maybe I'm scrolling a little bit too fast here, but let's look at this. Commit this code on GitHub. That looks like they are supporting GitLab, GitHub, and Bitbucket. But I want to see it written down somewhere.
What are you searching for? CLI?
No, if they, what source providers they actually support, because that's okay.
Interesting how they write DevOps, the word, with a dash in between.
Yeah. GitHub, GitLab, Bitbucket. Let me just log into my account quickly so I can see if new site from Git. Okay, you can actually
I'm pretty sure they also should support CLI, but these are 3 repository types or providers.
do they support it? I don't know.
Like, let's see Netlify CLI if there's such a thing.
CLI. They have a CLI, and is there like?
Yeah, so basically, you know what? It was just a marketing gag by Vercel to put CLI as a cloud as a data provider, I guess.
No, it's not. Actually, not. And it's a real thing. And also with Netlify also offers that, and it's
okay.
You really have to take this seriously.
Yeah, I'm not doubting that Netlify also supports. No, Netlify. Vercel also supports CLI. It obviously does, but just to put it as a host, like source, I don't know. Like, okay, let's put it there.
Okay. Let me just go back to.
And with GitHub pages, it seems to be like only GitHub, what is really interesting. The source. No, but we have to basically double check every provider if they also have a CLI, because maybe they have, but they don't advertise it as a source of source provider.
Okay, I'm not sure about Cloudflare.
Are we done with Netlify so far?
I think we are. The logo is missing, and I want to convert the link.
That's a terrible thing.
Yeah, it's super important.
Probably the most important part. But Julian is really busy and digging more and more information in relation to Bitbucket and also from Netlify. There generally isn't a limit on the size of our free tier sites per se, although there are some practical limits. You can't reliably upload large files using our CLI. I found some blogs that claim 100 gigabyte storage for Netlify. Okay, so maybe we can put some 100 gigabyte under question mark. Maybe this is like the size where they start to get worry and you receive some kind of soft notifications.
The outbound transfer or what?
No, size of the repository, like size of storage.
Netlify.
Because they put their unlimited, but yeah, or we put it there.
Actual storage, okay. Yeah. Yeah, then
Just maybe like in braces, like 100 gigabyte question mark.
yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
It's hard to find a Netlify logo.
Oh, why?
Yeah. I will search on GitHub. That should work. On Twitter.
Are you looking for one with a transparent background?
No, it's not that important. We can
Then
just put in something here.
Yeah, let me just supply you one.
I have one actually.
Okay, cool.
If I
Otherwise, posting one right now in the into the chat. Okay, you got it. Cool.
Yeah, I mean those aren't the best logos, but okay.
That's fine.
Okay. Next up, DigitalOcean apps. Okay,
Let's just.
first,
I guess we will be able to cover just one or maybe two at most until the end of the section. So let's carefully pick which one.
I mean,
maybe new guys on the block like render search layer 1 search. Why is it 2 times search?
Oh, that shouldn't be the case.
Yeah. So maybe I don't know. Some of them should be easy target.
I want to do DigitalOcean.
Okay, let's go for DigitalOcean.
But
they call it app platform, right? Like DigitalOcean app platform. Is it correct?
Yeah, but they are calling it internally. They're calling it more like just apps.
How do you know how they call it internally? Are you insider?
No, I have an account there, so I know what they are calling it in like the menu. Yeah.
Yeah, I find the name app platform is a kind of too long as well.
Yeah. Okay. With that, we can find out they support GitHub and GitLab. Okay. Let me just put it in here. Next. But it's really not that transparent.
Not at all. It's a lot of marketing. It's a lot of marketing, yeah, but no. Static sites. Okay, learn more. Let's go.
Deployment from GitHub. They only advertise GitHub. Why don't they advertise?
Or GitLab. Deploy code by simply pointing to GitHub or GitLab repository and let app platform manage the infrastructure, application runtimes, and other dependencies. So I'm pretty sure if they have it in their advertisements, then GitLab is also supported. So we can at least put these two.
Okay. We have 100 build minutes included. And they are calling their pricing plan starter.
Oh, okay.
Starter. 100 build minutes. The current builds are at, we don't know. Then let's let it put in here question mark. What is the next thing we want to know? it's transfer. We have 1 gigabyte outbound transfer per app, which is really not great.
Not much, yeah.
Not much. And then the next step is also just 40 gigabytes. They are kind of kidding me.
Mhm.
I mean, I have like the Netlify plan, the $19 plan per month for some clients, and I use some hundreds of gigabytes per month. So
Wow.
yeah, I would not be satisfied with DigitalOcean in that case. Yeah. 1 gigabyte. Next thing is storage. Also not that
Yeah.
clear.
I'm looking right now at the specification of the starter plan, and they say that you can deploy and build and deploy up to 3 static sites for free, static sites. So we don't have an unlimited number of sites. We can put 3 there.
3.
Build minutes 100 per month.
Yeah. Already have that. We want
Okay. Outbound transfer 1 gigabyte per app. So yeah, I guess multiplying by 3, I don't know, or we can keep it like 1 gigabyte, I guess. Oh, to have a global CDN, what could be a partially or a solution to the problem, with a low outbound transfer?
Yeah,
Maybe
I think
once.
they included this. They already included this, I think. So I don't know if it's.
And they're actually using Cloudflare there for the CDN.
Are they?
Yeah, they say it somewhere in the remarks.
That's interesting because Cloudflare is now a competitor to them.
Yeah.
with much better like terms. And if you look at, we have them on top of each other. Cloudflare has 500 build minutes. DigitalOcean has 1. They have unlimited sites. DigitalOcean has 3. Cloudflare pages are unlimited in size and have unlimited outbound transfer. That's the thing. Unlimited versus 1 gigabyte, which is crazy. Then storage unlimited versus we don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, DigitalOcean is not doesn't look very attractive, like comparing to the competition here.
Yeah. Very sad because they are very user friendly, but
you know what,
that's one
DigitalOcean,
KPI.
you know what, one thing about DigitalOcean, they are not known to have a lot of giveaways, or a lot of free tiers. This one is actually their first approach to free tiers. Because just to register with DigitalOcean, it supposes that you already are spending money starting from it. You're spinning up a virtual machine usually, or a container or whatever you want there. And you start pay from not much, but already from the beginning. And this free tier starter on the app platform is their first, I guess, free offering ever. And they keep it small. Their intention is earning money, as with any commercial company, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Okay, let's find the logo, DigitalOcean. Yeah, I think we can finish today really on time.
Yes, let's finish with this one. And if we want, we can continue the session in 1 week, in 2 weeks, whenever you want.
Yeah.
That's a very nice overview, and we are into the Jamstack, we are into this whole building stuff, and we can use like one of the services, knowing now all their limitations and comparing them to each other. And yeah, everyone is invited to contribute. Make sure to star the repository so that we gain some stars and we become more visible. We can let's Lucas post again the URL to the repository.
Yeah,
I will right now. So
I already have it.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
I was
cool.
first.
Yeah, you was first. So we have the repository here. Feel free to contribute anytime.
Yeah,
And
have you posted it on YouTube as well?
yeah, just did it right now.
Yeah. Okay, let's just share what we did today. It's here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 providers. It really
I would
takes
say it's
time.
the most important ones, actually.
Yeah, we did like the most well-known ones. So
yeah, maybe just another session to cover the small players, and
yeah,
we will have pretty complete table and overview.
Yeah, we can already be proud of.
Yes, absolutely. Thanks, Lucas, for this idea, for initiating this call and creating the overview or expanding it. And that's, yeah, great. So thank you, everyone, for now. Take care. And if you will have any ideas whatsoever, ping me or Lucas or any of the senior members on the Slack or on Telegram or whatever, wherever you want. And we will make your idea, give it a try, at least. Yeah, thanks
for joining.
Thanks, everyone. And Julian, special thanks to you for all your contributions. Okay, have a great weekend and see you next time. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye-bye. Okay.